You tweeted that a friend of yours said this, and I wanted to deep dive into this before home mail. But when it comes to your relationships, there's a difference between company and community.
Oof, yes.
One will eventually drain you while the other always pours into you.
Yes.
So be intentional about where and with whom you spend your time. It's valuable like you.
I stand by that.
we can dive into that as well, but in attachment to that saying, you saying it's valuable like you, it's also just as important to know that you have to love yourself in order to give love.
1,000%.
So how do you compare the difference between company and community?
I think company is white noise, right? It's like, it's people that you're around and they fill you up because it's like, oh, I don't like being by myself. And so you got all these friends, but you're not necessarily connected.
Or
partners.
Right.
And you're not necessarily connected on a heart level. You're not necessarily connected on a spirit or a soul level. You're connected in like, we're socializing.
What do you think, for people that aren't sure, spiritual and soul level, what do you think that brings out of you? Can you talk a little bit about that? I think it's easier said, and I feel like we're hearing it, but what does it mean? What does it feel like when you connect with someone on a soul level?
I think that it's such a visceral, primal feeling. And I think about like your best friend, right? Like the person that wants the best for you always. Like, what is it like to be with your best friend, right? It feels easy. You're not putting on a show. You feel safe. You feel secure. You feel like you can tell them anything and there's no judgment, right? Like you want to, when they win, you're as excited as could be. When they're sad, you're also sad and you want to
like when they feel like home.
Yeah, they feel like home, right? Like that feeling, that to me is community. And so that feeling that we have with our best friends is what I think we should want from our partners, want from our any of our social situations. Whereas company is like, oh, we both enjoy music, and so we can have a good time, we can laugh together, but am I safe in every facet of who I am here? Or are there moments here where I'm like, I don't know if I can share that with you. Or I don't know if you like that. Or, oh, that made me feel you made me feel a little weird when you said that. Like, is that happening? Are you holding yourself back at all? That to me is company. If you're giving your full self, your weird shit, like goofy, weird, like you could be your weird, awkward, goofy, full self, then that's community.
I let it. I'm gonna be my big ass host self with you.
Yeah, right? Like I have people that like I can talk. Wait.
I'm gonna be my host self.
I'm gonna be my host self.
But period.
I want to be able to be my host self. I want you to be able to know I have hoe-ass friends.
I love sharing host stories with niggas.
I love being able to talk about host shit.
You can be your full self. That's part of who you are.
But in the same time, don't act like you're fully accepting of who I was, who I am, my whole shit, and then use my sexual liberation to also bring me down.
Then you weaponize,
when you don't weaponize the parts of me that I assume that you accept.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You're not community.
Everybody in the beginning thinks it's all good. They're like, oh, I hear this so many times with friends that are sex workers or strippers or escorts. Oh yeah, get your money, da-da-da. And then slowly but surely, it's like they start chopping away at you. And I think that like we also need to get to a place where, and we were saying it a few weeks ago when I was saying that Alex gave me advice. One of my friends told me, you show way too much of yourself in the beginning. He's like, you're an open book and you're so used to doing it for work that you need to reserve that shit. Don't tell that nigga why you broke up with your last ex. Like, let him just like wait for a second, give it a beat and let him kind of discover it before he knows everything about you. Because your past relationships, the things other men have done to you are also going to show him exactly like where you're, not the holes, but you know what I'm saying.
How to show up, what you don't like, it's going to make them show up as maybe a representative of who they are.
But do you also find that I would say yes, but also there are people that you meet and you do share immediately and they're able to hold it. And it's like, when they can, it's like, oh, well, then you're my people. Because I am an open book. And so like, somebody who I'm going to tell, oh, I like to do this, this, and this. And they're going to go, oh, that's too much information.
I think it's got to be,
it might be a hybrid or a balance.
I think it's got to be a balance.
Yeah,
because a lot of times, especially women, we're so emotional. We're like dumping on people. And I think that's probably maybe where you've got to find the happy place. It's like, okay, well, tell me about your last relationship. Always make sure you're starting with something great about that person. Don't be like, oh my God, he's terrible.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Things like that. Kind of making sure you're careful about that. I think super intimate details can be super scary.
Yeah.
But and it's because sometimes you never know, right? Like, for example,
girl, we gotta start talking to our team then, because the way they be clipping these these goddamn clips of us. I'm like, God damn it, they be knowing everything. Our clips are a little bit too much. Y'all need to just do the vanilla shit.
Social media clips, they be telling everything.
Seeing some of our horrible clips.
I'm like, jumping on there like, why are you talking about when I shit on it? Never happened.
Literally.
But no, I mean, like, for example, a nigga be like, oh, my ex never cooked for me. So what is this new woman gonna do? Cook all the time.
Cook all the time.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, watch out for them little things.
But I also think societally, we've also created a society where we have to hold ourselves back because social media has so much that we're putting out and we're curating. And so I think there's also a little bit of that, like me working on finding the people who can actually hold all of me and knowing that that's not going to be the vast majority.
Yep, I just want a nigga with no social media. Anyway,
Yeah,
let's
there
go
you
ahead
go.
real quick. We're going to do whole mail because this is a cute one. It's a funny one. My sneaky link asked me to be his wedding date. Here we go. Hey guys, I hope you both are doing well. I've been fucking this guy on and off for 4 years now. He is the cousin of my really good friend's husband. Let's just say I had my eye on him since 2016. Baby, it's been a long time then. Back in 2019, my friend and her husband joined me for a birthday dinner where I got wasted and asked her husband to FaceTime. We exchanged numbers and immediately hit it off. We started hanging out, went on a few dates, had great sex, and enjoyed each other's company overall. He then asked me to join him for a wedding after 6 months of dating. The wedding was so much fun. We danced, drank, and I fucked him in the bathroom at the wedding. I'm a Pisces like Weezy, and I am very much a lover girl.
Bitch, don't put this on me.
She is. I thought he was going to make me his girlfriend. Well, I was very wrong. 2 weeks later, he started disappearing and not responding. However, would still fuck me on occasions. Fast forward to 2020, I had brunch with my friend where I shared that we were still fucking occasionally. That's where she let me know that he had a girlfriend. I cut him off, but then it became messy. Girl, he been cut you off. You ain't cut him off. I cut him off, but then it became messy, which is a whole nother story. Now in 2023, I recently got out of a relationship and wanted to fuck. He was still consistently texting me, so I went for it. We've been sleeping with each other consistently. So much so, he asked me to join him for a wedding this month. I am extremely physically and sexually attracted to him, but not really attracted to anything else after that.
Wait, the same nigga first?
Yes.
Another one?
This is a fuck boy.
Always
I don't want to give him the wrong idea. If I went to this wedding, what would y'all do?
I say catch dick, not feelings. You know, when it's a fuck boy, like catch dick, not feelings. So go to
but
the wedding,
also,
get
he
fucked.
betrayed you once. You also see that things that y'all did didn't mean much to him.
Yeah.
That he could still just show up. He disappeared on you, got a girlfriend, ain't talked to you.
Yeah. You know what it is. The evidence is right there. So.
Ladies don't know what it is.
This is what she wants. I'm going to tell you what she wants to hear.
See?
She wants to know how to get him to be heard.
Yeah.
And girl, ain't no answer. Because I'm going to tell you what.
You deserve more than that.
By the time we read this, you probably already said yeah, and you might be getting fucked
and you at the wedding right now, sucking his dick in the bathroom. And the last wedding.
The other issue is that a lot of y'all bitches don't be saying no.
Ooh.
And when you don't say no to things, you leave no room for them to chase. Everything you do is yes, 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 yes. At the end of the day, if you have somewhat of a desirable nigga, whether it be height, money, fucking
girl, nigga just told me why nothing with me is simple. And I felt good. He said, you just be so busy. Mm-hmm. I need to know at least 2 days in advance. He said, so I got to get an appointment for that pussy. I said, you do.
I need a week or 2 weeks notice.
Hello,
you see what happened to me? I missed the screening.
Well, that was
that nigga knew. He knew. He knew. He knows.
He know what he was doing.
He got to pop in. He can't even set nothing up with your ass.
And he knew he was like,
I think
I agree. Ladies got to say no.
You're listening to like it's about loving yourself, right, and knowing what you're worth, right? Ooh. Like you have to know your worth and your value, and like you deserve a nigga who wants to show up for you, who wants to parade you around, who wants to make you feel safe and protected.
Unfortunately, I think she's conflating him wanting to show her around by inviting her to this wedding.
Yeah, and that's not the same thing.
So now she's reading into it like it means more.
I'll tell you what he does.
You're putting a narrative that's not fair.
He thinks you're presentable enough for a wedding. He thinks you can carry a conversation, but
girl, he doesn't want to go alone to the wedding.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I'm going to a wedding in 2 weeks, and I don't ask. I ain't gonna tell y'all which nickname on here, but he said he'll join me, and I'm like, okay. His fun ass.
Where's the wedding?
But you're going in knowing
in Long Island. It ain't like.
It ain't.
No.
Okay, but you know what it is. That's the thing. Like, you're not putting another story on it. And like, this person's putting
But weddings be doing a little.
But I did tell him I'm single and he fine. And I'm not normally friends with fine niggas. So we gotta work on that.